Ever wonder where your RCA section clips or your built-in amplifier runs out of power? No problem. We have an SMD DD1. We're doing radio dynos. Stay tuned. First test, CD, 40 Hertz, 0 dB. Let's start turning it up. Signal sensed at 28. Detecting 40 Hertz. Volume is maxed with no clip. Output voltage is 4.8 volts. 1000 Hertz at 0 dB. Signal sense at 28. Let's keep going. So it will max out. If you'll notice right here though, we are getting a little bit of signal bleed at maxed out, but we're not getting any clip. So we'll go ahead and call it a max, but you might want to keep that in mind. You're getting a little bit of fuzz here. And the max voltage is 4.9 to 5 volts. Let's go ahead and switch to USB. All USBs are going to be using the same test to keep life simple. It is going to be using a iPhone 6 Plus using Audio Pro by Performance Audio. All right, let's go for test at 40 Hertz. And we are maxed out. No distortion. We have 2.5 volts of output. Now let's go ahead and test 1000 Hertz. There again, maxed out, no signal, looks clean. We're at 2.5 volts. Let's go ahead and go into the audio functions. We'll go to SLA, which is source level adjust, or in this case volume offset, and we'll start turning up. There we go. So SLA would be at +4. That'll give us a 4 volt output. So let's try it at 40 Hertz. We still have the same 4 volts of output. We have signal. Our signal still looks good. Let's try 5. 5 brings us to distort. So our SLA or source level adjust for the USB is going to be +4. All right, aux input 1000 Hertz. Max is out at 2.7. All right, let's try 40 Hertz. There again, it'll max out at 2.7. Let's go back into audio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips. If you'll notice right here when we go to 5, this area right here, this is probably gonna, it's not reading as distortion, but we're definitely getting some kind of nonsense here. So I would keep it at 4 to be safe, and we get 4.2. All right, Bluetooth audio, 40 Hertz. Alright, we get maxed out, 2.4 volts. Let's go ahead and try 1000 Hertz. Maxed out, 2.5 volts. Let's go ahead and do the audio adjust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it is. So 4 is where we want to be, and that gets us a nice 4 volt output. We're going to go ahead and reset and do the amplified output. So deck power, 0 dB, 40 Hertz. So we're going to call that 25. There again, seeing a little bit of fuzz there. 24 might be better, but it's not clipping, so we'll call it 25. and we have 9.8 volts of output. Let's switch to 1000 hertz. So 24, which is pretty good. That's where we thought we needed to be on the other one, so we'll just call that 24 for a max volume of 24 from the CD player. So let's go ahead and we'll turn the volume down, and we will move on to USB. All right, so let's do USB, 1000 hertz. Let's turn it up. Oh, 30, we get distortion, turn it down. 29. Let's try 40 hertz. So that is going to be 25. All right, so we're on aux, 1000 hertz. Let's start turning it up. Oh. And aux was 27. 27 for aux. Alright, let's do 40 hertz aux using deck power. And that's going to be 27. Alright, we're on Bluetooth using deck power, 1000 hertz. And we're looking at 27. Alright, let's do 40 hertz Bluetooth deck power. Ooh, we get 28. Although 27 doesn't look too good. There again, you're seeing some fuzz go down. And we're at 27. So it's not clipping. I think we should probably stick with 27. Okay, so looking at the numbers, max out the volume on the preamp level side. Through the CD, you did get the full 4.8 to 5 volts over CD. Who uses CD? Pretty much nobody. So, on the dead run of the pretty much Bluetooth, aux, USB, all those, we were only getting half that. We were getting moving between 2.4 to 2.7. So using the volume offset at +4 for the phone we were using, that got our output voltage back up to 4 volts, 4.2 volts on both the 40 hertz and 1000 hertz test. So depending on what type of phone you have, you definitely want to use that feature built into the radio. Now the nice thing is every single one of them was at a +4. Yeah. So I would set it up, figure out which one works for you, and then use it on all of them. So if you have an iPhone 6 Plus like this, or probably just a regular 6, probably even a 7, you're going to have between +3 and 4. Now, deck power. The volume maxed out roughly at about 25 to be safe. Some were 27, one was 24, but for the most part, I wouldn't go past 25, and you definitely don't want to use source level adjust because that didn't help it at all. It still just clipped when it clipped. So if you're going to do a mixed system where you're using deck power and you're going to be using the sub output, well, you're going to need to turn your gain up just a little bit because you're going to need to be at volume 25 instead of being able to turn it all the way up. All the way up, yeah. Might be a good reason to go out and buy an amplifier. Take advantage of that bitchin' preamp section that these Kenwoods have for sure. Now, as you saw in some of those, there was just a little bit of fuzz on the RTA before the volume decided, before it maxed out. So that's why I say 3 or 4 on the SLA. Yeah. If you want to be perfectly safe, keep it at 3 or keep it at 2. There's no reason to go crazy because there again, depending on the type of music you're listening to, it's nice to have a little bit of wiggle room. Yeah, definitely. Keep your gains down, people. Keep your gains down. Keep it sounding good. All right, Fernando. All right, so thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And stay tuned for the next SMD DD1 Radio Dyno. Good night.